Alright, this is an update video regarding the equipment I found under the staircase in the physics building here at university, the old computer and electrical equipment. You remember, in this order, I first discovered a janitor who pointed me out to an electronics laboratory, and he told me that the people who work there would probably be the people to ask about it. I found a faculty member who works in that laboratory. She told me to email the Dean of Physics regarding that equipment. So that's what I did. I sent an email to the Dean of Physics. I said, hey, I'm a first year engineering student. I was in a physics lab, saw this equipment. I collect vintage computers, and I was wondering, if this stuff's up for grabs. I told him that I witnessed another student stealing something, but I wanted to make sure it was okay to do this before I do the same, because, even though I really want this stuff, I refuse to steal anything. Well, that was last week, or a few days ago, at least a few days, and this morning the Dean of Physics got back to me. And I'm not going to show you the email for privacy reasons, but basically he said that the stuff under that staircase came from a laboratory that 2 other undergraduate students had cleared out last year. They cleared it out and were selling the stuff. I don't know if he meant online, but he said they were auctioning it off. And basically that stuff under the staircase is simply the stuff that they haven't gotten to. He said that he can't speak for the equipment himself, but those 2 students who are in charge of the equipment would be able to tell me whether or not I can acquire any of it, and he forwarded them a carbon copy of the email, so they've gotten my message now, and hopefully I can converse with them, and I'll be able to see, they can tell me if we can work something out. It'll be interesting to see if they just let me take the stuff that I want, and I'll be asking them about the oscilloscope Brandon wants too, or if they won't let me have the stuff because they want to auction it off, or maybe there's some sort of money value that they'll place on it that I'll have to consider and buy the stuff off them. I don't know. We'll have to see if they get back to me. Hopefully they will. That's regarding the stuff under there, so I'll have to make another update video about that. The dean said he appreciated my honesty in the whole thing. He said it's unfortunate that other people are just taking stuff from there. He then, more accurately, they didn't expect anyone to take anything from there. So yeah, he said he appreciated my honesty there. So that's regarding that. In other news, this is the weirdest school day I've ever had today. My first class accidentally ended 10 minutes late because the clock in the room was somehow turned back by 10 minutes. Actually, you know what? I know why. I gotta back up. I'm jumping ahead of things. Last Friday, the power went out here. It went out in the entire north side of Fredericton. And, boy, it was something. It was kind of interesting. The power went out everywhere, but the hallway lights are on an emergency backup system, so they kept running, but everything else went out. So this was around 1:30 in the morning. I hadn't gotten to sleep yet on Friday night that the power went out. Robert's got a UPS power in his expensive ass computer, and that thing started beeping like a son of a bitch. So I had to wake him because he sleeps so deeply. He slept right through this loud beeping from his UPS, so I woke him up and asked him how to turn that off. And then at around 2 o'clock, I finally got to sleep. 3:45, the power comes back on, and that friggin' thing up there is the loudest smoke detector in the world. And when the power went back on at 3:45, it started beeping just full blast for like 10 seconds. I was asleep. It scared the friggin' daylights out of me. I must have jumped a foot out of my bed. But Robert didn't even move. It didn't wake him up at all. I find it kind of funny. If we had an actual fire, Robert'd sleep right through it until he woke up because he was dying a horrible burning death. But anyhow. So yeah, that was interesting. So the internet went out too. No internet on the entire university campus, wireless or wired. So I'm wondering if someone, you know, Friday night, if someone got drunk and run their car into a telephone pole or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that was interesting. The internet came back on about 4 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, Saturday. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. So getting back to what I was talking about for today, really screwed up day today. My first class finished 10 minutes late because someone set the clock back too far. And then my second class, my physics class, I had a midterm exam. 20 minutes into that class, the fire alarm goes off. Holy crap. 1,000 people in the building had to evacuate, all of us. And the evacuation lasted, let's see, it happened about 10 to 11. And we were allowed back in the building about 12:30. So over an hour and a half. And I guess what happened was, in the computer science wing, or more accurately the information technology wing, on the ground floor, someone's laptop battery exploded. And the gases emitted from that, lithium-ion batteries are horribly dangerous things when they explode or catch fire. That set off the fire alarm. So they had to blow all the gases out of there, so it was safe to return. So yeah, my physics midterm was cancelled, so we have just part of it to do online, and from what I've heard, that will count as the entire exam. Most people were smart enough to take their stuff with them when we evacuated the building. I didn't. I left it right there. So I couldn't even go to my next class, calculus. Most people didn't anyway. So I completely missed calculus today. And then my class after that, computer science, that only lasted half an hour because the second half of the class was for people who haven't taken the lab exam yet, and I already took the lab exam, so I didn't have to stay. So I left. And other than that, it was a pretty good day. I had my very last physics lab, which is great, no more of them. And then you may notice this thing right here. I switched the Energizer lantern back for this thing. This thing's working good. When the power went out here at about 1:30 in the morning, of course everyone was right excited because it was so dark outside you could actually see the sky. Light pollution's pretty bad here, like in most cities. But many places in the house, such as the cafeteria, were completely dark. The lights weren't on the emergency system. So I took this thing on its very first real-world use as helping me get around in the dark during this power outage, and it worked just fine. It worked awesome. It was quite a bit brighter than the flashlights most people had. So yeah, this thing worked awesome. I made a video about this thing a little over a week ago, but I'm reluctant to upload it simply because I feel that I've been uploading too many fluorescent light related videos. I'm afraid of alienating people, but I suppose I'll upload it eventually. But it's about 17 or 18 minutes long. It's a technical video regarding this lantern again. Actually, not more of a technical video. I'll give a little bit of spoiler. I actually spoke to Rayovac themselves regarding this lantern, and that's what the video was about. But in that video, I demonstrate a lot of other stuff too. But I'll probably upload that eventually. I've just been waiting a little bit because I don't want to upload too many videos about one topic all at the same time. Anyway, earlier I mentioned Robert's computer when I was talking about the power going out and the beeping UPS. I'll have to make a video about his computer someday. I imagine he won't have any problem with that, because it is a really nice computer. He built it himself and it's really extremely powerful. But yeah, there's the video regarding the abandoned electrical and computer equipment under the stairwell in the physics building. I'll make another update video regarding that stuff when the time comes, and there's some other updates about stuff going on around here, and I'll see you guys next time.